Hello and welcome to Heslop Tech Talk. Joel back with you. January 26th, Thursday, 3:30, like usual. A little bit after, a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're feeling good, feeling great. Josh, you want to introduce yourself here today?
Josh Heslop, otherwise known as Josher14. My home is at youtube.com/Josher14 and Josher.net. Purveyor of things gaming on Surface and Surface Book devices and tech reviews. So check it out.
Loving it. Jeremy, you want to kick us off with your introduction?
Yes, Jeremy Heslop, owner-operator, OmniTech Pro. We help businesses get their tech straight and become more competitive.
Perfect.
And we have YouTubes and Twitters and the fun.
Yeah, the great thing about this is all their links and information down below. Got lots of good stuff for you guys to check out. But this is Tech Talk, and we got some more goodness coming at you today. We're going to kick it off with, I know a lot of you guys on this channel are a big fan of LG and the V20, but we got the G6. Last week we talked a little bit about it, but I want to show you the first official Verge exclusive picture that we got of this. I'll pull that up for you guys now, but it's looking like they're really taking a different direction here to make the G6 work. So here we go. This is the aluminum unibody design here. It's got decent sized bezels here, and it really just kind of looks like a mix of an iPhone and Galaxy S7 here. Nothing crazy, but it's looking pretty solid. They're ditching a removable battery and moving with a unibody design for water resistance here. So that's interesting. They really kind of lost a lot of fans with the modular G5. Great idea, not so great at execution. It wasn't hot swappable, so you had to turn off the phone, turn it back on. But they're really pushing that removable battery for many generations, and that just wasn't winning people over. So, they're going to move to this. But biggest interesting step here that I'm not too excited about is it looks like they're going to have a Qualcomm 821, Snapdragon 821, instead of the 835. So that's kind of a bummer because 835 is a big step up, a big difference, whereas the 821, not a noticeable difference over the 820. That's interesting. So we'll really see. Hey, William, how you doing, man? It's good to hear from you.
Check is saying looks like Samsung bought all the 835s.
So it's seeming that
Apple sued them to oblivion and they can't get any new ones.
So what it is that it looks like the S8 is going to have the exclusive 835 rights for a while. It's pretty bonkers. Samsung has the money and has the leeway to be able to, hold it over the other companies. And it looks like, at least for the start, that the 835 is going to be exclusive on the S8. And then I'm assuming on the Note 8 later when it comes out. But that's a bummer because that's going to cripple the G6 because it's just not going to be as strong. It's still going to look like it's going to be good. It's going to be a dual camera. It's going to be fast. It's going to be usable. I mean, the 820 is still strong and fast, but if you're wanting the 821 is still going to be fast, but that's pretty big of a bummer for people that were really looking for the G6 to be a big competitor. So we'll be water resistant. What people were complaining about the V20 and the G5 were no water resistance, but no removable battery, and only an 821 and not the 835. So we'll see. I really hope the G6 is a winner and a big deal, but with a couple of those setbacks and not that exciting of a new design or anything, now G6 is stuck in people's head.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
G6. Yep. But man, we'll see. I'm rooting for LG here. I think if they make some subtle improvements on the V20 like that and just make it a solid overall device, I think it'll still do well, but it's just going to be overshadowed by the S8 and whenever the iPhone 8 comes out. So we'll see what they do. Hopefully they have some tricks that we don't know about coming up in the end of February that are going to propel this a little bit more into stardom, but who knows? I'm not. We'll see. I'm not hugely excited about it, but I hope they do something really good here. But Jeremy, what do you got with Google Maps? What's happening with that?
So we're all getting busier and busier, and we all hope that technology will make our lives that much better. And so I just found this out today. Google Maps will show you how crowded a place is before you go there.
Wow.
And they just released this on iOS. Apparently it's been on a couple other platforms before, but before you could check in and it would show you kind of like how busy a place is with check-in. But now they're using the anonymous live data from everybody's Android phones, and if you're on the Google app on iOS, to say how crowded a place is. So being as busy as we are, this can only help us out from, okay, well, should I go to Buffalo Wild Wings or go to Taco Bell? Well, Taco Bell has nobody there, so me gusta Taco Bell.
Yeah, no, it's pretty interesting. They've had this on Google now for a while, integration. Anytime you search something, it tells you all the peak hours, and then it tells you how busy a rough estimate of how busy it is right then. So I was looking at DMV one time, and it was like, should I go now or later? And it was like, right now is a peak busy time for the DMV. I was like, not going now. So, you can wait a couple hours and then potentially cut out an extra 20, 30 people in line and, get that registration or whatever you need quicker and faster. Yeah, that's really interesting though. Do you have a picture of that right there?
No, it's just the article that I found.
Just a little bit about it.
Trends, so,
yeah.
But no info. That's where I think technology is going to get better and better as IoT gets bigger and more and more people have cell phones. So
yeah. Tech Check, so glad that you are loving your LG V20. Glad you loved the review. I'm glad to be able to help out. It's been fun checking in with people and seeing that they're enjoying it. I mean, that's a lot of times people ask me a couple different phones like the Mate 9 or the V20 or the S7 Edge. Really kind of depends on your budget and what you're looking for, but V20 is definitely a great pick overall for a lot of reasons, especially for me, and I've been really enjoying that. But Josher, what is this I see about this Windows 10 gaming mode? Piqued my interest. I'm intrigued.
Yes, it's from WindowsCentral.com and a bunch of different places. Windows 10 is in the spring, they're saying, with the creators update, is going to be pumping out game mode, which is going to prioritize Windows for gaming. So basically, and it's especially for the games that are on the Windows 10 store, but it said it'll also help the Windows 64 and 32-bit apps as well. And they asked one of the engineers that said, hey, if I'm trying to do multitasking, like I've got, Adobe Premiere rendering a video in the background and I'm trying to play a game, should I keep the game mode on? And they're like, no, because it's going to prioritize the game and then your background rendering is going to be super slow. So yeah, but it basically is already in the Windows Insider fast build right now. So you can actually get it right now if you want to do the beta update. But it will be coming to everybody in the spring. So
did they say anything about like SLI, like your game can use one GPU and Premiere can use another?
They have not basically brought that out, but that is very interesting. I hope that that will be able to be supported. But it's the kind of thing where they're just like, hey, when you're playing a game, you're going to be just playing a game, but get a separate computer for that. You Uber Elite PC Master
external GPUs.
PC Master Race. I mean, it's the same kind of concept of an airplane mode or theater mode or something like that on phones and tablets. You want to be in gaming mode. You don't want like Skype popping up or Hangouts or something else going on. You just want to be able to get into it and game. And so it's probably what it means more than prioritizing for a game, which it probably will do some of the stuff just for that game, like maybe make it high CPU, high priority on the CPU for that particular game, versus just the regular standard multi multi-mode.
Well, I think they're going to be able to sandbox all the stuff in your taskbar that's running and other apps.
Kind of put them to sleep kind of thing.
Exactly. So they're going to free up that memory so that it's not being used. So that's what I've been reading about. So it's pretty exciting. So hopefully that'll come out soon for everybody, and people will just flock to PC gaming.
No, that sounds exciting. I think that if they can really optimize that well, it'll help, especially on some older builds that might not have been able to play some of those top tier titles right now, but now that they've been able to do that mode and cut some other stuff out, it might really give them some extra frame rates. Anything that can just make the game more playable and more enjoyable. I think that'll really help those people. And then the people that want to just like 4K gaming, crush it, have the best overall experience they possibly can on their PC, then that would even obviously improve their functionality on their game as well. But
you might be able to actually game on your 2013 MacBook Air. So
yeah, oh yeah. Well, that's not Windows, so
well, Bandcamp, you can
Windows 10 on there.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, that's where I'm really gonna get my good frame rates at, and my Doom and Battlefield 1. I'm just gonna be crushing it. Everybody be like, "Who is this guy? And how is he so good?" I'd be like, "2013 MacBook Air is why."
Hey, well, just think that you couldn't do that from the coffee shop.
You're right.
Lug your computer and your 20-some inch monitor all the way down to the coffee shop and try to play Doom there.
Been there, done that. Actually, it was a couple months ago that there was a dude with a full tower and his monitor set up at the coffee shop.
That's so ridiculous.
Just I don't think he was playing games, but he had his full tower set up. He was just like, "Yep, I'm here for hours."
This bunch of guys on Reddit. One of those guys posted and said, "Hey, we have a LAN party at Taco Bell." And they had like 6 or 7 of them just gaming, doing a LAN party. I was like, hey, fourth meal gets a hankering. You got your Mountain Dew right there, the Baja Blast. So
were they at least like mini ITX? Were they mini ITX like boxes, or they're
no?
Full towers?
They look like at least mid towers to full towers. So
oh my goodness!
If I can find it, if I can find it, I'll
find that Reddit post. Let's pop that up. Jeremy, what do you got with this? What is this Raspberry Pi as a magic mirror? Color me.
Yes. Yeah. So let me get my sharing up here. So I've been intrigued with this for a while. I've seen it in a couple different places, and I saw this article about setting your own up via basically behind a mirror. So you can use a Raspberry Pi, and they just came out with this how to build your own on the Mag Pi magazine. It's the official Raspberry Pi magazine. So essentially you make your mirror that would be like in your bathroom or out in your hallway or whatever, and it could have like the time of day, the current weather, your current calendar updates, your anything you could possibly put on an LCD screen would be there. And so because it would be behind a mirror, it kind of shows through the two-sidedness, and you can still see yourself, you can still brush your teeth, but the brightness of the LCD, it keeps it black, and then everything that's white will show through. So this is cool because it finally showed you like kind of nuts to bolts how to make it.
Wow. Raspberry Pi is something that, man, I don't think I have enough time to really dive into it, but there's so many cool applications, and the options are kind of limitless what they're putting out with Raspberry Pi builds and stuff like that. So this seems like if you're a tinkerer and want to get into something, Jeremy, send me that link in the chat here so I can add it to the video for sure. That stuff like that is so interesting. I would love to be able to tinker into that. I mean, obviously you need a little time and a little money to get it going.
Not that much time and not that much money, because you can get a Raspberry Pi for under $50, like $35. And the newer ones, the Raspberry Pi 3, comes with HDMI. And so by having that, you can load in like RetroPie, and now you have Nintendo Entertainment System on. All you need is a USB controller, or you can load up the Kodi version, and you have your own media center right from your Raspberry Pi directly to your HDMI TV. And really it takes less than an hour to download the distro to put on your Pi, put it on an SD card. There's tools out there. It makes it pretty simple. So if you have, you know, obviously it's not going to take 2 seconds. You got to learn how to hook up some of the components and things. But, you know, in less than a day, you can be a Raspberry Pi ninja. Just the same.
That's awesome.
One of my coworkers, I won't name any names, but they said they bought one of the NES Classics.
Yes.
And they're like, no, they didn't hack it. They don't even have that capability. They said that, hey, I know you're into technology and stuff. Can you help me hook it up? And so
yeah, so maybe the Raspberry Pi is not for her, but it would be for.
They asked me to come over and hook it up for them, and I'm like, hey, you see this HDMI cord that it only goes into one spot in the back of the NES? It goes into one of the HDMIs in your TV, and then here's the controller, which only goes into one little plug here. But I asked her how much she paid for it, and she said she wouldn't tell me. So I'm sure she paid like $200 for it. But
yeah, I've been searching, and I haven't seen one in stores, or if I do see one online, it's like $100+ for sure. I haven't found any. I mean, eBay's still $200+ or so. Hey, I think it's Modi. I don't know how to pronounce, but welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, so I have the picture of the
yes, the LAN party at Taco Bell.
The LAN party. There you go.
Yes.
There are some big monitors.
Wow, yeah, that's like
that is awesome.
23-inch plus for sure.
Yeah.
They're just taking over that corner and living taco life.
That's legit.
Yeah, they have their freezies, their Taco Bell freezies there. Are they
if
playing,
they're there for 4 or 5 hours, they're probably going to pay like 10 to 20 bucks a piece. So
who knows?
You know, for the electricity cost, no big deal.
Jeremy, is that a Minecraft mod there that they're playing? That's what it kind of looks like.
Looks like Gang Beast. I can't tell what it is.
No, it's not Gang Beast.
It definitely looks like a Minecraft mod, but I can't tell.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Right.
That's insane.
That's fun. That's fun. Thanks for sharing that.
You got it.
For sure. So speaking of next things, Josh, what is Alexa function with a robot head?
Oh man, I just saw this on I just saw this on The Verge.
It's got to be scary. That's all I got to say.
And this disembodied head is the most terrifying incarnation of Alexa. So if you see it there scooting around, there's a YouTube video. What? Okay, so they took the Alexa API and they put it into this animatronic head. And Steve says he used a USB sound card and software called Easy Robot to create the bot.
That's funny.
But that's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, it's very okay. The only thing more off-putting is if this robot talked to another robot. Well, they put it with an Amazon Echo and they talk to each other.
Creepy. Wow.
Yep.
But it's pretty awesome being able to link up with the API like that. I mean, it just goes to show that Amazon's doing it right by opening that up. And are they using a Pi or something to do that, or are they just?
He says just a USB sound card and software called Easy Robot. Yeah, I'm not sure about exactly.
Okay, so the robot must have already been like something that already talked when it had a signal to it or something.
Probably, yeah.
Still scary.
But that is freaky weird. Very odd. Man, we're not too far off from automated, food places and stores that, hello and welcome to, and there's like, beep, boop, boop, and you're talking to them.
Would you like fries with that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, especially McDonald's is now adding, not like around where I am, but like in bigger places, they're adding all adding all those touch screens that you just order and go to your table and they bring it to you. That you don't need to actually order up front. You just go to the touch screen, stuff like that. So it's not too far off that you might just have like a robot come bring you your sandwich and your fries over on the side here. But crazy. Well, speaking of new phones coming out, we have the G6 and the S8, and then now even today there's new rumors that 95 Google brought out of specs and things for the Google Pixel. So it's going to have an improved camera. What a surprise. CPU, a higher price. And this is crazy because the Pixel XL, here, let me share this with you. The Pixel XL was already close to $1,000 if you upgraded the storage. So you're running crazy prices here if you're running the Pixel 2 with that. But then they said there's going to be a budget Pixel also in the works. So I'm not really sure what this is going to be. They're going to bring waterproofing. It's still on the table whether or not that's really going to be a focus. The regular Pixel was kind of like a water resistant to it. But a new CPU, and they're really going to focus on the camera again. Not as high of a megapixel count like the same 12 megapixel camera maybe, but a better low light performance. I would love to see an actual optical image stabilization built into this, like they didn't have before. But there's been different testing models, some with the 835 chip, and there's also prototypes with a new chipset that hasn't been listed. So they don't know if that's something that's in-house from Google.
836?
It could be an 836. It's something crazy. They might go with like 837. What? And so, yeah, so crazy stuff. I don't know what they're going to do, but there's always going to be new test devices, new things that are going to be out and about. It'll be a long road. I mean, the Pixel's not even been out that long, and now they're having the new rumors. But we all knew it, that this Pixel was a big move and change for Google to do something different with it. But you'll see. We'll see if they really are going to step it up. I hope they have some smaller bezels because, Josh, I hope they have some smaller bezels and just an overall better experience with it. They could really make it just a huge iPhone competitor and something that's going to be a big deal for people that want a very good, solid Android experience. I still really, if people just want to know frills, just great device on Android, I tell them to check out the Pixel. If they can get it on either Verizon or get it on cheaper, that's a great thing. If you're just buying it outright, it's a little hard to justify on a budget. If you can get like the Mate 9 or OnePlus 3 or another device, that would be a better budget device. Any thoughts on some of this new Google Pixel 2 talk from you guys?
Well, if it's not locked down to Verizon on a contract, I mean, that's going to be a better win for the whole ecosystem. Hopefully they learn their lesson that Big Red's not the best choice for the first iteration of a new product. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that was hard. I mean, you can buy it off contract, but like I said, it's like $700 for the regular one or $600 for the regular one, and then almost $1,000 if you upgraded hard drive space, storage space.
What about and 32 or 128? I mean, it's like, come on, no 64 option. That's
and the
ridiculous.
Pixel XL 128 was out of stock for months. Like it went out of stock within the first couple days. And it was like crazy, hard to find. And then for months it was out of stock. Are you talking about the V20? Can you purchase the V20 from Amazon shipping to Egypt? I'm not 100% positive of that. I'm sure they do ship there. Amazon has worldwide shipping, for the most part. So I'm not 100% positive. I would have to check that for you. I can look. If you're talking about the V20, it should be able to ship there. If you're talking about maybe the Pixel or something like that, I'm not sure yet. That would be a question for a later date.
Yeah, direct purchase from Google is usually a little bit more problematic getting directly from their site. Amazon shouldn't be a problem if you can get it from there.
Yeah, Amazon's really stepped up the game when it's shipping. I saw someone tweet that they said that Amazon's ruined it from them because now they hope and they think that everything else should ship in 2 days or less. And they're like, oh, this has been 3 days. Why isn't it here in my hands right now? I also saw a video.
Amazon,
go ahead.
I was just going to say Amazon's disrupting all the shipping because they actually are having their own flights and ships going from China, so stuff gets here faster. And they have their own like 727. They're huge planes that they're taking from across America to get stuff to one side to the other. And that's just, I mean, it's just crazy the amount of stuff they've pumped through there.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I'll show this little meme that's been flying around that cracks me up. It says, oh, it turned off here. Hold on, let me do it again. It says 1 day shipping, Amazon, say no more, fam. And it's watch that.
I saw that. That's great.
Say no more, fam.
Perfect.
It's like, how in the heck are they getting this worldwide shipping perfect in 1 day? And then there's even less than that. Yeah, I think that the V20 can be shipped to Egypt, but I'm not 100% positive. I have I'll post a link down below of the international model of the V20 that's normally in all my videos. And you go ahead and add it to your cart and see if it'll ship. It should. As far as I know, I'll make sure to add that link onto this video as well. Well, cool, guys. Any other closing thoughts or articles that you wanted to pop in here?
Yeah, I got one. Basically, there was a leak for the Microsoft Scorpio, Xbox Scorpio console. They actually screwed up and leaked a probably like a PowerPoint or something like that. This is from Eurogamer.net. And yes, so
fancy.
Xbox One has a special RAM that's called ES RAM that's like super fast, but they only have 32 megabytes in there. So they're getting rid of that for the Scorpios. So it should be better for 4K gaming. But they are also saying that they want developers to support dynamic scaling, because obviously they have the Xbox One and Xbox One S, so it can run better on the Scorpio, but you know, not as well on the Xbox One S or Xbox One. So so yeah, and it says they've got 4.5 times the capabilities of Xbox One, 4 times the L2 cache. I'm super excited about. So yeah, I don't know about y'all, but and they're also confirming that Delta color compression is part of the Scorpio GPU feature set, just the same as the PS4 Pro. But so just more nerdy stuff that, you know, hey, the GPUs should be really good. You know, they're saying 6 teraflops, so that's basically like a 1080. But they should at least be, if they're using AMD, it should be like AMD Vega type of memory in there. So pretty exciting stuff. So hopefully we get that before Christmas.
Josh, I think you're just excited about I think you're just jealous that the Nintendo Switch is going to have 900p. Is what you're really saying.
All day, every day, 900p's, man.
Well, November will make it 4 years since the One launch, right? It was 2013. So I mean, they've pretty much been doing every couple of years a new console. So it's time, you know.
Right.
You know,
well, it was 6 years.
2005.
Yeah, 6 years for basically for the 360. So it took them a hot minute to get the next one out. Well, the 360 did really well for them. They were able to iterate on the refresh the models and, you know, make it run better and stuff like that. So, but
red ring.
Yeah.
360 had a little rough go at it for a bit when it was trying to get all that on track, but they did well. 360 sold incredibly well, and oops, that was playing. You know, overall, there's people still buying new 360s and refurbished 360s, and it's still a fairly viable thing. Same with PS2s. People are still trying to buy those and PS3s. I was at GameStop the other month, and a guy was trying to get a refurbished PlayStation. He had gone to 3 or 4 different GameStops to find a refurbished PS2 because he's like, it's my favorite system ever. It's like, I've been playing, I still have all these games I want to play. And yeah, I mean,
Twisted Metal, man. It's all about Twisted Metal.
Yeah. So, I mean, if that's what you want, I guess, but not exactly my first thing. But But yeah, well, great. Do you guys have any closing thoughts? Any things coming on the pipeline? Exciting stuff happening?
Some drone footage is coming on my channel, so just got my drone and testing it out.
Footage.
Exactly. Just
we got some preview. It's some crispy 4K coming in hot. Hopefully not too hot.
Totally. Well, Woot's customer service is great. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a unique Q500, so it's a really good consumer drone quadcopter with 4K footage. So stay tuned on the channel, and I've got some games downloaded for the Surface Book to try out. So should be a lot of fun here coming in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, and I reached out to the company Zero Lemon to use the tryout and review a 10,000 milliamp hour LG V20 case. And it's pretty intense because this is the LG V20 and it's like an extra inch off the top of that guy. This is a 10,000 milliamp battery. I mean, this is a 16,000 milliamp, so it's not quite that big, but you got to imagine it's a good size. But so we're in talks to try to figure out how that's going to happen. Waiting to hear back from them. So I'd love to get a review and potentially a giveaway if we can get 2 of those guys, or maybe even just give that one that I have away. But hopefully stay tuned and we'll get a hold of that. And then I got a couple other accessory videos and some things with that I'm planning for this week and weekend. But looking great with the stash over there, Josh. Looking great.
I'm now editing all my videos on using Adobe Premiere Clip. So you've changed my life, Joel. So
I figured that all of your Surface Book footage would be great on your phone to do that. Yeah, hey, let me know if you guys have been liking that Adobe Clip. It's a great little thing to learn, especially to learn video editing on. It's quick and easy and effective. You take a quick video and then chop it up and get some transitions, and you can get some cool looking stuff out of there. The compression rate and not being able to do 4K is a little rough in there, but it's good to learn on and figure some stuff out. Oh, cool. Anything you wanted to close with, Jeremy? Any other thoughts, Celia?
No, good to go.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for tech talking it up with me, and thank you guys for watching and listening here. Please feel free to like this video, and once it's processed out and it's actually video, leave some comments down below and some further discussion and things for us to talk about on future Tech Talks. It's every Thursday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be tech talking it up. Any suggestions are highly appreciated, and we'd love to answer some questions for you guys. But thank you so much for watching. You guys have a wonderful day. You know what? Why don't you keep it classy?